So, Tom, appreciate you sharing your story. I know you've had some success in what we would call cold calling to get members interested in Rotary. So, can you tell us a little bit about that?
Sure, absolutely. So a lot of people are afraid just to do cold calling. And so there's two really ways that you do it. One is, first of all, you got to have a purpose. Why are you going there? What are you going to talk about? You don't have to have a script to do that, but you do have to have an idea of what you're going to talk about, and you do a lot of thinking on your feet. So you can do it. Let's take the warm one first. So let's say that your club belongs to the Chamber of Commerce, and you have not approached anybody. And what you're going to do is you're going to go over and you're either going to invite them to a service project you're doing. The one that we did was recycling computers. And off that list, we went in and asked them to put up a flyer. We scheduled right behind that, a week later, a get together, just to introduce ourselves to people to Rotary, let them meet some people, and you want the ideal people at that meeting as well, and that's people who are really enthused about what it is. It isn't a matter of numbers; it's a matter of they're enthused about Rotary, they're excited about it, and so what I simply do is I bring up that flyer in on the service project, say, would you put this up for us? And by the way, I'd like to meet the manager. Who's the manager here? And if I already know who the manager is, I'll say, is John here or Betty here? And I want their permission to put it up. And they'll do that. And then, by the way, we've got to get together. And the follow-up is very simple. You get that, ask them for a business card. And a couple of days before the get-together, you call them again to remind them we'd like to have them come over and meet some new friends. And it's an opportunity for them to do that. The result is it isn't always instantaneous. The lady who showed up, to give you a good example, who showed up said, is it okay if I bring my niece with me? And her niece became a member. And it's all about exposing people to what we do, not hard selling, but do it gently. And that's the idea, is invite them to see what we do, talk about why, if they say, well, I don't know anything about Rotary, say, well, why don't you come to that meeting and find out a little bit more? And then assign people to make sure that they sit down next to somebody who's brand new and tell them why Rotary is so important to them.
Thank you, Tom. If you don't mind, I kind of call that the art of the ask, right?
Sure.
I know you and I have gone through sales training over our careers, and we've had some practical experience. But maybe for those who haven't had that experience, this might be uncomfortable for them. Do you mind role playing with me a little bit and just pretend that I'm a business that you're approaching?
Sure.
So we can see how that conversation might go?
Sure. Not a problem. So I go into the office. I said, I'd like to talk to the manager, and you come out. And what I say to you very simply is, I would like to have your permission to put up this flyer on the service project that we're doing in the community. It's recycling computers. It could be any project, actually. Mm-hmm. But I'd like you to, if you've got some old used equipment that you can't get rid of any other way, we'll be happy to take it. Oh, and we're going to do that at this location on this date. And by the way, if you'd like to learn a little bit more about Rotary, a week later we're going to have a get-together, and it'll give you a chance to learn a little bit about Rotary. Do you know anything about Rotary?
No, but boy, we have some old computers that I've been trying to figure out what to do with. So yeah, I think this is something we need to do. I think my dad might have been a member of Rotary. I didn't even know it still existed.
Yeah, we're still around. We've got a great club in the area, very active. We do a lot of community service. We do the last project we put up was 5 benches at the bus stops, and we used some of Rotary's money and our club money to pay for that.
Wow, that's kind of cool. Now, Tom, as you can see, it's crazy around here. I'm kind of busy. I'm a little nervous about getting too involved or something that's going to cost me too much right now. But sounds like you're doing some good things in the community, though.
Well, one of the benefits that I see of being a member of Rotary is that you get to hang around with some people who are very positive. They get you out of your office, and we meet on Wednesdays. My club meets at Wednesday on Tavern on Main, and you have lunch, an hour, you're in, out, but you get to hear what's going on in the community. You get to hear what's going on in Rotary, and you get to sit down with some people who aren't complaining. They're happy to be there, but they need a break from work, and it works out really well.
Oh, well, I might want to learn a little bit more about that.
Well, super.
Thanks.
I'll tell you what, if you'll show up next Wednesday at Tavern in Maine at noon, I'll pick up your lunch.
Well, can't argue with that. Thanks.
All right.
I look forward to it.